Hey there folks, welcome to this video, and as the Italian Grand Prix is underway, I want to sit down and I want to talk about the pre-race protest as part of F1's We Race as One messaging. And it is key this week because of the non-attendance of Lewis Hamilton and Sebastian Vettel. That is, the two most successful drivers on the grid were not there. And the reason why I want to talk about that in particular is because it sends a particular message, especially because of the fact that Mercedes tweeted out this at the same time. The hashtag We Race as One with a photo of Lewis and Seb. I mean, at this point, I'd make some kind of joke, typically, if it was a more comedic video, saying this might be their lineup next year. But really, it speaks volumes. The fact that those two weren't there, they showed up late. By the time they showed up, it had already been finished. I don't know if they're going to use that as a kind of covering excuse, but, you know, they knew the timings. They knew the timings. It has to be deliberate that they weren't there. And, you know what? Fair enough. Because this is the 8th week of the championship. We have some fans back. I think it's 250. But F1 decides to go, hey, let's have a show of protest. What we do is we give you 27 seconds to do what you want to do. And week in, week out, it's been at first 14. Then since 13, drivers take the knee. And then 6th and later 7, standing. The 7 that stand don't actually have a proper excuse to say why they do it in terms of, like, if it holds up to any scrutiny. Like, the Premier League can do it in English football. But Carlos Sainz will turn around and say, I am a free man. Because apparently that's the kind of thing that needs to be said. But of course, like, I've mentioned this several times, Carlos Sainz is still in hot water over jokes that he made back months ago in, I believe, a sponsor video. Max Verstappen has a history of doing jokes that have been construed as racially inappropriate and racist. And Kimi Raikkonen has had allegations regarding the mask that he wears, which has what I believe is an iron cross on it. I mean, people will say, oh, it's this particular thing, but it's derived from that same kind of imagery. And this is the thing, like, Mercedes are the one team that have released any kind of thing to do with diversity as of We Race as One coming about. And that is appalling. F1 likes to say, oh, we're this kind of progressive organisation. We believe in all these kinds of values. But then they do We Race as One, which appropriates the colours of the Progress Pride flag in a similar kind of order as well. And then it still chooses to race in Hungary, where it's got horrible records, for example, not only in regards to things like refugees, but also communities like the LGBT plus community. They go to Russia as well. They've been given a Grand Prix, one-off Grand Prix this year, to Turkey. I know a lot of people are also pointing out things like Aramco as a sponsor. There is a plan for Saudi Arabia to be in the F1 season in the next few years. Saudi Arabia are planning to hopefully have that, in their eyes, in the next 5 years. And then F1's like, oh, but We Race as One. We Race as One hasn't actually really had any kind of concrete parts to the initiative yet, apart from a nice snazzy message they put at the start of everything where Kimi Raikkonen only says I stand, and yeah, then 27 seconds for them to do whatever they like. Bear in mind, at the British Grand Prix, they dedicated more time to the NHS. Clapping. F1 needs to get its act together. And, I mean, I can't help but feel that Lewis and Seb shunning the protest was deliberate. But I say good on them. F1 needs to be better, it needs to do better, and if it means boycotting the protest, so be it. There are actual sports where they can get the teams to boycott the games. And F1 can't even manage to have 20 drivers taking the knee. I said this in the first video, and I say it again. For shame. Thank you for watching.